Alright, so I want to start a new video on how I taper my tangs. Have had a lot of questions asked about the process lately, so I'm going to take you through my current process of tapering a tang. I'm going to start out, I'm going to spray some layout dye on it, paint it on the spine as well, scribe my center line, and then I'm going to cut out a channel about right through this area right here to reduce the surface area that I'll have to taper. So I'll channel out all this area and I won't have to grind so much. Let's get started. Alright, so now that I have these fullers ground here to reduce the surface area, now I need to do some calculations so I can set up my surface grinder attachment to the proper angle. So I'm going to walk you through those steps. First, I like to kind of roughly draw my blade where the bevels are going to be, where the scale is going to be, and how far I need to take up my taper. So my taper is going to go to about, just right around there. So I need to find out the length of my taper, and my thickness of the steel, and my target thickness. What I'm going to do is use some trigonometry to calculate. So let me see if I can sketch out what I'm trying to do here. So imagine we're looking at the knife this way. So I'm going to blow it up quite a bit here. So imagine that's my taper. That's there, bam, like that. So this is my target thickness. This is the thickness of the steel, and this is the length of my taper. Alright, so I'm going to go about 3.75. Close enough with this. Alright, and then let's get my steel's thickness. So we're at, nope, that's 30 seconds, and then my target thickness, I'm going to go for 30 thou. Okay, so to calculate that, I'm going to have to subtract 156 minus 30 thou divided by 2. That'll get us this right here. So what we need to find is that angle, right, by using the inverse tangent of my adjacent side over my opposite side. Is that right? Yes. So we have that calculation, then we can get this angle, and the distance on this surface grinder attachment from the pin down here to the fulcrum here is, I've measured it, it's 12.75. So I'm going to use that calculation and 12.75 to calculate my distance here. I know this sounds like a lot of math and stuff, but I have created an app to do it on my website. So you come up with these three numbers, it'll tell you the thickness of your spacer, and I'll show you that in just a moment. Okay, I want to demonstrate real quick the tool I was talking about in the video moments ago to calculate the spacer size. So if you go to my website, gaskellknives.com, here you can go on the menu bar, click Tools, and this will take you to the tapered tang calculator. It just so happens we already have the default values set in here, so 216 thousandths is the size of the spacer I need to use. But if you want to change the values, say my length of my taper is going to be 4 1/4, then you'll see that it adjusts the spacer size accordingly. There's some descriptions of what some of these other values are. You don't need them, but in case you want to know, say what your angle is, and so forth. Also, if you're using a different surface grinding attachment and the length is different, you can adjust it here as well. So there you go. Okay, so now that I've shown you on the computer, I also have the app on my website on the phone here. So my calculation came to 216 thousandths, and I keep a bin full of scrap pieces of steel and feeler gauges and things, and I just had it. Here it is. I just stacked up a piece of steel and some feeler gauges and got it to right where I need it. So now I'm going to use that to set my first angle. Actually, my set pin. I added my own extended pin here for doing this. So come in here, set it, lock it, pull it out. I can go on the other side too. I don't use any of the measurements on the actual surface grinder. I grind until I hit that spot. Now it's time to do the other side. So, set it to 0. Loosen it up. About. Don't know if you can see the line, but we tapered right to the line that I had scribed on there. So now we go to do the other side. I like to try to get this line parallel with the magnets. Now, see, I grind post heat treat, so there's going to be a small gap there. You can see it's lifted up on that side now. So to maintain that, I get one of my spacers here, find where it's just right. Keep that guy in there. That keeps this guy flat. Now it can't come down. Bam. Little spacer here. Good to go. On the other side. Alright, tang is now tapered. Now this belt grinder will roll the edge. The edges will roll just a little bit all the way around, so I'll have to take it to the disc grinder to finish flattening it up. But yeah, that's it. Nice and symmetrical. Both sides. Thanks for watching, guys.